The home team got what you want. The home team got what you need. The home team is certified. The home team is TYP. The home team is real life. The home team, the newest team. Music, sports, even news, they got what you need. Come and tune into the show. Don't miss a beat, get it from the home team. This be the show that'll put you on game. Hold it down for the South, for the ground street dream. The real life spit, welcome you to the show. Cause you might hear some things that you really didn't know. Put you on to some guys on the move with the grind. Be surprised what you find, bottom line you ain't know. Check the hood, politics, if you got the world news. Don't forget, subscribe, run it up with the view. With the rap, with the sports, if you got a little blue. If you let a home team, but you better not snooze. It's a new episode every week, no break. Real facts from the team, and it's no clickbait. Gotta make some shake, having fun every take. Welcome to the home team, and we won't be late. Tune in to the home team.
Welcome to the HomeTeam Show. You've been rolling solo. Now it's time to get down with the team.
Welcome back to another great episode of the HomeTeam Show, man. If you didn't know, you better ask somebody. I am the show and the after party. And boy, HomeTeam is definitely in the building today.
What it do, world? It's your boy TYP back for another great episode of the HomeTeam Show.
Man, get that up in you, man. We got a great guest today, man. Pioneer in the community. You know what I'm saying? He was one of them guys when I first moved to Tennessee. His reputation preceded him. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, I didn't know about him, but he was like like, man, you see this motherfucker, you need to be aware. You know what I'm saying? This is what was told to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Coming from the city. This is my man, my brother, man. Dipp, how you doing, bro?
Man, how y'all doing, man? It's good to be here, man.
Man,
it's good to be
glad
here
to hear you, man. 9-3 very on, man. So, man, first we glad to have you here. Man, let's take it back to the beginning, man. You grew up, born and raised in Columbia, Tennessee.
East 9th Street.
East 9th Street. How was it growing up in Columbia as a kid?
It was exciting to me because I grew up in the spot to where I got the 300 Club. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It was
on the corner.
The spot, yeah. And it's on 9th. Mm-hmm. And then we got the Number House on 8th, which is the candy store.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then, I mean, it's just, the streets it was new then, you know what I'm saying? They had literally just built Saturn. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was coming through, you know what I'm saying? That wave was coming through, but the city was jumping. It was live. Like, every weekend was something. Mm-hmm. Every weekend was like.
In the community.
You wanted to be that. To be honest, man, it was like going to school, and you hear somebody, what you do this weekend? And they was either at the mall, not going to, we at the mall, we at the skating ring, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I snuck to the 300 Club. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in the parking lot. I'm up here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, we moving around trying to,
As you're a kid, you was going in there, how old
trying, at this time, we probably talking 11, 12. Yeah. Just easing up the road. Mama cut the lights out, and we run right up the road, 13 years old, and it was, and we'll get run off, but at the same time, it's so much going on. Yeah. That even your big cousins or uncles, they can't monitor what's going on, and then they see what's coming. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I ain't gonna get you started, but since you here, here you go. You know what I'm saying? Here you go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So coming up, was you involved in any sports here?
I wasn't.
You didn't play no ball.
That's the wildest thing. I never played ball.
Never
played ball. You know what I'm saying? T-ball. Yeah. And I don't even really count it, but after that, I watched my cousin and it just wasn't, they was doing too much. I ain't gonna lie. I was too, to be honest, when I was like 10, 11, Mama come set me down. She said, come watch a movie with me. She said, come watch my favorite movie. Lo and behold, it's Goodfellas.
Yeah.
You showing me the mob.
Yeah.
But got then I got me intrigued, you know what I'm saying? So now it's like, I want to be in the street. Then Carver House jumping. Yeah. The apartments jumping. So it's like, man, I'm out here. They ain't, I'm out here.
And it's still at 11, 12 years old.
11, 12 years old. Yeah. Just hanging around though. Really wasn't doing nothing. I can't say, you out there moving now. There was some guys they in the mix. I'm on the sideline, but I'm at the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the sideline, I'm on the bench, but I'm at the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there, Okay. So it was one of them moments, man. But then too, it was heartbreaking. You know what I'm saying? Like my mama, she brought her husband home. She left, leave me at Granny house one day. She showed back up like, this is my husband. What? You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, lo and behold, he ended up on narcotics. Stole from us for quite a few years. It was heartbreaking, but it was also, you know what I'm saying? It was exciting and fun at the same time. Just you're living out your pain, so you're doing your best you can with it. You know what I'm saying?
As a kid experiencing that, I mean, what is this rage building up from watching this?
That you be the big guy, you the black guy, so you the butt of the jokes. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to find your way in this place. You're trying to search for you. It's an identity crisis.
Right.
So you're searching for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you really don't know where to go. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up like dealing with a lot of people. I ran with some guys in Mount Pleasant and the Bottom for a long time. Then I ended up in Lewisburg for a while. Like, so it was just different places, but just different people just trying to, you know what I'm saying? And even though the East Side was the hood and that's home, I still dealt with a lot of other people other than, you know what I'm saying, my surroundings. And just trying to find my place in this world and not really knowing where I was going. Just walking aimlessly. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So during the time, this 12, 13, when did you start actually starting to figure out the rapping? Was you always good at putting words together?
Me, my guy Scrib and Willie used to be on the phone three-way. And we'll do like freestyles.
Hold on, now this is a new generation. You may have to explain. Do they still know what three-way is?
No, I don't think they know. I don't think the world knows.
It's three-way on the phone. You know what I'm saying? We'll make a conference call. We'll make a call, click over, make another call, and everybody on the line. And then it started from there. And then that was early because that was then. We didn't actually put it into play until I was 17, 18 years old.
Oh man.
You know, when Crack Country come out, when that started, I was with the East Side Hustlers up at East Smooth and Trizzy, and they was doing the beats. Yeah. And it was one beat that they had, and they didn't like it. They was like, I said, let me get it. Yeah. So I wrote my first song where my family grew up, which is on South Water Street. Went to my granny house. My uncle stayed there at the time, and I wrote Under Pressure. Yeah. Hit up Baller. Man, I got one. He come through, listen to it. Oh, I want to get on it. We take it to Willie. Hey, I want to drop this. Yeah. He get on, you know what I'm saying? And then the rest is history when it comes to that. So that was actually my very first song. Okay. Ever. The song Under Pressure. That was the very first one. Yeah.
First rap song you wrote and everything?
Ever, you know what I'm saying? Ever, you know what I'm saying?
What gave you the confidence to say, man, I can write me something? Listening to everybody else.
Listening to them, watching them, cause they hyping that, they gone, and I'm they hype man. I'm like, yeah, y'all doing it, but not knowing what to say and how to put the words together. So I'm listening. I'm being a student, and that's one thing about me. I always try every room I'm in. I want to be a student. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll never walk in and try and feel like I know it all, even if I know it. No, I can learn something. So therefore, it became a study, and then it was like, you could do this. Okay, you could do this.
All right, so what age that you decided that you was gonna turn to street activity?
That all came, okay.
Was it a choice or?
It was a choice because to be honest, like I was coming home from Lewisburg, and my guys already out there. Like I'm coming home now, it's like our big cousin bought a car. Like my guy, like they shaking it. Yeah, I'm still back and forth, but. It's like, I'm still watching it. I'm still, you know, and then one day, my guys was on my block, and we sat out all night. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't, you know, like, but, man, them boys down about 5 ounces of hard. Yeah. In a night. I mean, amongst a few people.
And y'all young.
Yeah, we young.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest. Yeah. But they young, and at this time, I'm probably at 16. So it's like, oh, this the spot. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta
get involved.
And then it just so happens my guy made rest in peace, man. DG. He was like, he pulled up on me one day. He was like, hey, you ready? And I was like, I don't know. What you got? And I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, something small. Yeah. Nah, that man dropped off 18. He dropped off a half.
In your rookie year.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, come with a half, and I ain't say nothing to nobody. He was quiet. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't even know. My guy Butch across the street. Butch shake that boy for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like brought back like 22, 23. and I selling them all in pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just imagine this 97, 98, like
you
this
16,
ain't even.
You 16 years old.
17 years old. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like,
man,
for real.
What that type of hustle, that muscle, what that do to your mind? It give you like you undefeated, you make you strong?
It did.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you what I embrace. I had watched the movie for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Being the guy, it meant being the silent guy.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't about a look. So I never really wanted a look, and I never really took on a look. Like, so I never bought cars back then.
Yeah.
Nobody can pinpoint like, oh, that was his car with the rims. Like, I didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I saved the money. I always wanted to be, I got to where I wanted to be mysterious. The more I had and the more I was dealing with, it was more of a thing to me that they don't even know. Like, and they really didn't know. Like, my guys didn't know. They knew, like, oh, he eating over there, but they didn't know, nah, he eating.
Oh, all right.
Like, he eating.
Yeah.
If I would have been like, hey, he.
Now, during this time, is as a young man, is consequences and stuff running through your mind, or you just straight getting to
Not at all.
Yeah.
Like, and then think about it, because even the guys that got busted before me, it was like, slap on the wrist. Oh, he got some probation.
Yeah.
He may have won it. Very few people went away at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then if they did, they was probably down in Buffalo Valley. So, which is, you know, rehabilitation, boom, boom, and this thing, you know, they back out. So it was like, we dealing with narcotics. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah, man, let's go.
Man.
It's go time. Yeah.
So, going through all of that and living that life, if you seen a younger child at the age you was when you started turning to, as you could say, to where you was, what would you tell them?
Hold up. Hold up. Like, say something. Because you're suffering in silence. You know what I'm saying? You're suffering in silence right now. And you might not want to admit it, but you're hurting. And like you say, you acting out your pain. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you got so many masks you're trying to put on. You're trying to be, I don't want to look weak. I'm trying to be handsome. I want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to fit every role. You want to be the one that the girls like. You want to be the one that the people like, period. You want to be, you know what I'm saying? But you also want to be respected. You want, you know what I'm saying? You want to walk, you know, in your lane and uphold it. You know what I'm saying? And then all that is a defense mechanism.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? All that right there is something that you're hiding, and it's like, what are you hiding, bro? Like, and if nothing else, find somebody that, you know, like you can pour out to, but they can pour back into you. But more importantly, man, don't hide. Go say something.
Now, how do you get that young man to bring that out? Because he got so many layers of mask. He got so many layers that he protecting it. How do you, in your opinion, how do you get that out of
It's kind of tricky, because more than anything, we're gonna need to pray.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We got to know, you know what I'm saying, by the blood of Yeshua that, hey, this could be done. But also, we got to be able to create a space for them to feel it. You know what I'm saying? You know how you sit around somebody and be like, I can be honest with them.
Right.
I can open up to them. But you'll have to create that space for me to be honest. You see what I'm saying? Like, we can grow to that now. Like, I could come in here kind of, man, what they going to ask me? But at the same time, like, I'm going to create a space. Just like now. Because guess what? We still need it now to this day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a space to where we can.
Right.
Yeah, it's grown. It's grown men that's still holding on to angles with a lot of masks. As you said, a lot of masks.
And they got masks on every day, and it's behind jewelry, it's behind cars, it's behind money, it's behind the house, it's behind the job, it's behind what you do, it's behind the look, it's behind the girl that you got. Like, all that plays a factor into the mask that you got on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all that plays a factor into, you know what I'm saying? Like.
And it's not an overnight. This is not an overnight thing. It's a process.
So we dealing with perseverance, like long suffering, like for real, and then it's paying attention, because a lot of times them youngins will speak, but they won't speak directly. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it'll take me getting out. I want to watch the game. I might need to go in here and play the game. I might need to go ahead and learn how to play 2K.
Yeah.
Just to hear what he's saying. I might need to get, okay, he influenced by his guys. You You know what I'm saying? I might need to go learn who they is just to see where his influence is.
Yeah.
And where, you know what I'm saying? Like, what influenced you?
Right.
Because if I could tap into what influenced you, you know what I'm saying? I could at least get an edge on what you really into. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might want a car. Man, I want that car. The question is, why do you want that car?
Right.
Like, what is it?
Car? Yeah.
What about it? You know what I'm saying? What? Man, it'll make me feel great. Okay, so now we dealing with the insecurity that you finna try and mask behind the car. And if we ain't careful, you know what I'm saying, we could either nurture that, now you doing anything to get that car, or we could help break that cycle. You could still get that car, but you don't want it for that same reason.
Right.
You ain't got a mask on now. You okay. You free. You know what I'm saying? You at peace. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And it be them type of things. But it's going to take patience.
Man.
It takes a real lot of patience to tap into that.
Yeah.
And it takes even more as men, because if we're honest, men don't trust men.
Yep.
We'll trust the women, and that's kind of
Right.
but we'll trust them more.
Yeah.
But the men, when it come to, hey, you need to go sit down. Who is you? That's what we holler. You ain't my daddy.
Right. So
Now are we dealing with a daddy issue? Maybe. But you ain't my brother neither. Like, you ain't even kin to me.
Yeah.
Or you ain't where I'm from. So now all of a sudden, anything that ain't even over here associated with where I'm from or my bloodline, I don't even want to deal with you.
Yep.
And it ain't until you
When
step
you get
out.
close to that weak area, that's when the person,
Yeah.
oh, you ain't my dad. How you gonna tell me something?
And you be like, where you get to, like,
Yeah, why you so aggressive?
That's that defensive mechanism. That's that. Yeah.
What's wrong? And then you realize he used to a man talking at him and not talking to him.
Right.
So now we stuck. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I always get. You need to. How you know what I need to do?
So in your upbringing, did you have any men that spoke wisdom in you?
I did.
The men that you talking about, and other people, did you have those type of men in your life?
I had a few. I had a few, but I didn't embrace them. And I think that's what threw me. I didn't embrace the ones that I wanted to. And the ones I did embrace, it was to feed my purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they was there. You know what I'm saying? Even my dad, he was there. And I tell people he was there, but he was also there to fuel his ego. Like, he had a look. He had a prestige that he wanted to keep. You know what I'm saying? And I could tell it was times where, because people would look at me and be like, man, your dad a great dad. And yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
He down there with y'all. He got the office. He got the front office. He worked his way up to the front office at the pencil factory. But I'm still living up here with this man, me and my mama, and this man stealing from us.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like,
I hear what you're saying.
I hear you, but
Y'all
you need to come down here with me and leave my mama unprotected.
Yeah.
Ain't no way. That don't even make sense. And then eventually I had to go. So when I ended up down there with him, you know what I'm saying, another thing that tainted that, put my mom on child support. Like, she already struggling, bro.
Right.
Like, I understand, you know what I'm saying, she mad and she gunning at your pockets.
Yeah.
But to turn around and gun back at hers?
Yeah. And you know her pockets. Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it be certain stuff we just can't, and we got to be careful
and
with
you
that.
witnessing this as a kid.
As a kid.
But nobody's explaining this to you.
Nobody's explaining. Nobody's explaining I'm the pawn in both of y'all game.
Man.
Mama just as guilty too now, but I'm the pawn in both of y'all game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it hurt more because I could go to Lewisburg and see some of the guys that I know, and they be like, hey man, your daddy was out there playing catching. Man, he went and got me a glove, and man, he took me here, and we went to Chuck E. Cheese, and we did this, and I'm like, yeah, he told me he was coming to get me, he didn't show up, so that's where y'all was at. Wow. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Things like that. But instead of talking, it fueled the fire.
Yeah.
You know what? We got this.
I don't need nobody.
And I'm not trusting your word.
Yeah.
Because you hollering man up. And you manning up over there.
Yeah.
But right here, you kind of.
Man.
But then, let's fast forward it. I end up the same way. It was another man who raised my child. Yeah. The man who was there when my son was born was there when he died, Rodney Fleming. I give a big shout out to him every time. Like, he was there, you know what I'm saying? The whole
hey,
time.
That's a big man to even say what you're saying right now.
But then we sat down when my son was born. He realized, he said, hey, he ain't mine, but I love him. He said, I just don't want to be out of his life. And we sit down then. We ain't finna beef about this girl. We not finna. And it's better for two because right now, I'm trying to be in the streets anyway. I'm 17 years old. I ain't ready to be no father. I'm still a child.
Yeah.
Even though he just 20 something, he just a little bit older than me, but still to have somebody be like, hey, and then even have that conversation to be mature enough to be like, man, I'm cool because I ain't tripping.
Yeah.
But then I can fast forward now, and what he was to my son, I done been to somebody else's child. Mm-hmm. So now I look at what Pop was doing is kind of different. All right, he messed up, and he didn't get it right with me, but he did impact somebody's life. Somebody can be like, hey, I'm glad he was around. Yeah. And some people, you know.
Man, that takes a lot of years to get where you at right there.
You see what I'm saying? I'm glad.
Still like, no, I still ain't rocking with him.
Yeah. And I, you know what I'm saying, I just left him, but you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, but to see that and be like, oh, okay, now I get it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all about who, as long as you get what you need. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we can't worry about the who. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We can't worry about the
Okay. Man, we're gonna go to a little break real quick, go to a video, and then we'll be right back with the interview with my man Big Dipp.
So.
This is the 2025 931 Awards. Clarksville, Columbia, Cookeville, Tullahoma, Crossville, Spring Hill, McMinnville, Lewisburg, Manchester, Winchester, Pulaski, Fayetteville, Shelbyville, Lynchburg, Sparta, Mount Pleasant, Waverly, Livingston, Hohenwald, Centerville, Monterey. Waynesboro, this is the 931 Awards show July 19:07 p.m. at the Memorial Building in Columbia, Tennessee, hosted by the HomeTeam Show podcast. Join us to celebrate our community.
Yeah, right back at you, man. We got the interview with my man Dipp. TYP, what was you saying earlier?
I was saying earlier, that what he was saying earlier about the mask, the layers of masks. I said, 'cause this people out here that's 50 years old is still walking around here acting like they 19 and stuff, and I think that's some inner turmoil that they got that they still ain't released. They had nobody to talk to about it.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
For real.
Man, what kind of touched me is about the kid. You know what I'm saying? No one explains to the kid the pawn game you say. You know what I'm saying? And I think that have an effect on kids.
Yeah.
That they got a a kid got to figure out some stuff that don't make no sense.
That don't make no sense.
So that's why I was like, so and how was you able? So you said you just built it in. So I'm just take care of myself.
It got to a point too, where mom was like, I really can't. Like, it's really almost as far as I could take you in the manhood.
Mm-hmm.
She like, I need you to go down there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, the thing about going down there was, I didn't want to be there, but I'd go for mama.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Coming in to realize, hey, now, but I'm also at a point like, both of y'all will tell lies. But at the same time, mom did keep it 100 after serve, like, listen, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This is, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to pressure you because I got a title as your parent. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to give you something that's going to sustain you. You know what I'm saying? Just like when she told me. Also at 11, I'm going to teach you how to cook, clean, count, because I don't want you to be some burden on some woman's couch.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Along the way, she was telling me this type of stuff. Mm-hmm. Like she wasn't with all that. Ain't no bringing no 3-4 girls over here. Like, if you say this your girl, then you show up with somebody else. Hey, what you call them at?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
And then I had to take that too because it was like, mom, you tripping, but then it was like, nah, she's seeing a reflection of what the old man used to do. Mm-hmm. That ain't what she want for her son.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was heavy. It got heavy. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to maneuver, and really figure it out. Mm-hmm. Like, who do I trust?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then he had ended up with a lady named Murder. That's stepmom. She been around since I was 10, 11. Like, she was that safe space for me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? She was already in that field dealing with juveniles. So really kind of like dealing with me. She knew more. She knew how to, she knew the right questions to ask.
Right, because she
to get the response. You know what I'm saying? The next thing you know, we talking and I'm talking and I'm releasing, not really understanding, which would put me back in a space to like, okay, we can trust somebody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. You can find somebody to trust. And I ain't gonna say he didn't try. It's just his dad died at 10. Mm-hmm. So what do we know? He the big brother. So when I look back, it got to be some grace somewhere because what really did he know other than trial and error? Right. He grew up in the 70s, 60s, 70s. They was partying, they chilling, they throwing house parties and everything going on. Right. And then you got your son with you. You don't mind showing him this, but you also got to be mindful of what could corrupt him. Right. Mama didn't know Goodfellas corrupted me. Mm-hmm. She wouldn't have showed it to me. Right. But it did, and I didn't tell her, so she kept showing me mob movies. Yeah. Hey, yeah, you can go out and ride your bike to dog. That's all I need was the dog. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But had she known, like, the influence, I shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? We got to get you away from here, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even with Pop, like, I could go to school, and it'd be cool to go to school. All I had to do was go to school. I could have a girl spend the night.
At your dad's house?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you can stay. I just got to get up and go to school in the morning. Like, right. On one hand, that's cool in the kids' mind. But on another hand, like, that's dangerous. It is. It's dangerous. That ain't something you want to do. Like, that's dangerous. That's opening up the door for all types of things. Sure is. You know, just greed, perversion, just it's moving too much too fast. But at the same time, it's a blessing that, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, over the years, you'll find guys, like, even if it was just like us, like, be like, hey, listen, you got to learn how to maneuver with that. You got to learn how to dig through that. You got to fight through that. You know what I'm saying? You got to find a way to channel that some other way. Mm-hmm. And that's when I started learning that music became therapy. I quit counting at 1,700 songs when I was gone. Yeah. I quit counting at 7. I done wrote 1,700. I got them. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I look back, I'll never probably perform them because it was therapy. Mm-hmm. I done look back and be like, what was I thinking? Like, but
you still got the books. You still got the paper.
I got them.
Yeah.
I'll send you a picture of them. I'll dig them out and see, like, 1,700 in tablets and papers. Like, say, I quit counting at 1,700. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, over 17 years.
Man. So as a kid, was you in like juvie homes? And
I never did a date.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I never did a date. I never spent the night in juvie or jail until I went to jail, and I didn't come home for 17 years. When I got locked up, first time, gone. But I was on the run for almost 3 years.
Yeah.
Right at 3, you know what I'm saying? Like it was wild. I'm getting pulled over and everything. It was like, I don't even know if they were looking for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you start getting that mind state? You didn't know if they were looking for you?
I knew they were.
Yeah.
But they hadn't arrested. They had arrested everybody but me. Mm-hmm. So in 2002, when they arrested me for my second charge, they indicted me on my first one. So it looked like he got
all that.
7, 8, you know what I'm saying? Like at one time in one night, and it wasn't even that. That was from almost 3 years ago.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But
so the 17 years, that was a plea deal you took? Or you got found guilty?
I got found guilty on especially aggravated kidnapping.
Yeah.
That's what gave me the 20. You know what I'm saying? That's what gave me the full 20. We beat everybody beat the homicide. We got negligent homicide, but that's what gave me the 20. Had 2 more kidnappings, and we got deals on them. Everybody got a deal on them. So that's what ran the rest of my time into the 20. But I had to eat the 20 regardless. Like the 20 came from the original case. Yeah.
So your first time in jail, what's your mind state at this time?
I was still kind of numb, but it was shocking as well because it was like, I remember telling my guy, I ain't gonna come back the same. He was like, huh? I said, no, I ain't coming back the same. He said, ain't no way. I said, ain't no way I'm gonna survive this and be able to come back the same way. You know what I'm saying? That's insane. And then it's like, I ain't with this. Like, I'm ready to go already, cause I ain't with this. I ain't just, I ain't shook, I ain't spooked, but I ain't with this. I ain't with this.
In prison.
And then even being in there, that's a tough guy situation. You know what I'm saying? Like because you want to go in there and they really got their mask on in there. They really playing tough, but I'm talking about at night, them tough guys they really crying out for help. They crying for home. They want to be home. Yeah. Them tough guys ain't, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying nothing bad about them, but they just not that. Like, y'all want to come on.
Everybody in there
but again, you won't tell them the truth. It's easy to get on the phone. Yeah, baby, we good in here. We chilling. Send me $50. Man, we straight in here. You're not straight in there. You're not. Yeah. Like, you're not. Nobody wants to do that. Like, you leave and you got a child, it's a couple of kids over here and they 3, 4, and 5. You come back and they grown? Nobody want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody. You don't want to. That ain't what you want to do. But again, they strap the facade on. They put a whole nother mask on and go on with the move.
So in prison, how did you start stripping the mask off?
I started being honest with myself. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times they want to talk about who told on you, who got on the stand. And I got to the point where I would just tell people, regardless of who got on the stand, I didn't have to go. Right. They be like, huh? I said, I ain't have to go. I made a choice to go. So if I made a choice to go, that's my responsibility. I can eat that. Right. But it took a minute because you had to ask yourself, what are you really mad about? And who are you really mad at? Because you made the choice to go. You knew this could come with it. Yeah. So if you know this could come with it. So did you
understand the consequences?
I had to. Yeah. Now I did know that. Hey, this could bring death or jail. Right. And still go. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you have to be real with yourself and be like, listen, man, at the end of the day, that's on you. Man. At the end of the day, bro, I don't care who say what. I don't care who got on there, who didn't eat their charge. You didn't have to go. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you get in something and it's like, I'm cool with selling a little dope. We cool with that. We move a little weed. We move a little coke. I'm cool with that. Everybody ain't cool with, you pick that pistol up. Now, I ain't sign up for that. Yeah. So how do I, not signing up for that, lay down with you? And that's just real, like, I ain't what I want to do. Because if you're really so tough, you're really so gangster, you're really so with it, go on, stand up and eat it. Right. It's yours. Yeah. That's your body. Go on and eat it and free everybody else. If you 100. What we all at trial for? Yeah. You see, that's a whole nother way to look at it. I'll stand up and eat mine. Because you hear people say, man, I'll stand up for mine. Cool then. Why did you free everybody else?
So look, everybody in your case, they stand up and take their responsibility?
No.
Oh, shit.
I mean,
They say nah.
You know, it
is what it is.
It is what it is because it was a back and forth case. It was tricky.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, and if all parties would hear, I would probably, you know what I'm saying? It's tricky because it's a lot of deception.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll break it down briefly. Just imagine we facing a case.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's dead. The person that's dead is dead because I told you this was the one who done it.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm the one who really went in your spot.
Indeed, yeah.
Oh, shit.
So now, when it come around to him, I go clip him.
Mm-hmm.
But we all finna go to jail. So now, y'all finna go to jail for me, and I broke in your spot and murdered somebody.
Yeah, to cover it all up.
Are you gonna do life? I mean, you
gotta. No.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
Because guess what? You mad?
Mm-hmm.
One that you found out.
It was all off a bogus ass lie in the first
It's
place.
a bogus call.
Yeah.
If it was a righteous call, I can do my shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
It's a bogus call.
Yeah.
So now you dealing with,
Right.
you know,
What I do. Right. Mm-hmm.
Like that, I fucked up. That's all you can say. I fucked up after that. Like,
you know.
yeah.
And now I'm sitting in the middle because guess what? What I got hit with, I did. I was there with the kidnapping.
Yeah.
I was there when it all went down.
Yeah.
Other than them breaking into the house. So guess what? I ain't had to go.
Mm-hmm.
I know I did that.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, you gotta ask them questions, and then you gotta ask yourself questions like, all right, we've been 100 for so long. You know what I'm saying? You've been 100. I've been 100 all the way up until this point. Now we got to deal with forgiveness and move on, because you're finna see your guys again. So I asked myself this one question: will I allow one moment of weakness to define a lifetime? Because all the way up into this point, if he was thorough, or they was thorough, now they ain't thorough. The question is, why they not thorough? What happened to make them not be thorough according to what the streets say?
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the case then. I don't know nobody who would want to, but that's a free life sentence for somebody. And I'm asking you to stand up and be a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
And go to trial with me, even though I done already shot the first cross at you.
Yeah.
How do you eat that?
That's
and this is what I gotta ask from the sideline.
Yeah.
Because it ain't even between me. It's between them. I just get hit in the crossfire of the back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But I still gotta eat this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But you know, my guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, you know, people ask me all the time, man, how you trust people? I said, I can trust them because I ain't in the streets no more.
Right.
I ain't gonna do another crime. I ain't got no reason to worry about who gonna talk.
Right.
I don't care who talk. I'm gonna go to work.
Right.
I don't know. It don't matter to me
Right.
no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so, but people want you to be better. When I come home, people wanted me to be mad and be bitter. And for what though? I got another chance at life.
Man, for real.
So why would I waste life being mad when I got another shot at it?
So was you in prison when you gave up your life to Christ?
Yes. That would have been 2010. Walked away from GD and everything. In prison. Same prison. Never went to SIG. No, ain't no PC. No running out the compound. And that ain't, and I say that because everybody would think, oh, he had to go to the back of something.
Yeah.
But that ain't always the case, because to be honest with you, that was God engineered too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, you got to come to the realization, what are we doing here?
Right.
Because I could take these laws and policies and go teach them.
Mm-hmm.
And if you strong enough and you wise enough, you could take them same ones and dictate how the masses move. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would dare to even challenge. How could you say you trust somebody and their whole view is manipulation?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I tell you, we done heard it, money making manipulation. So I'm greedy and I'm a liar. How do you trust me at the end of the day?
Right. You're a fool too.
But I'm telling you to trust me.
Right.
I'm telling you to trust me. I'm telling you you can trust me. And it is some people who can't trust me, but it's some people who can't. But overall, like, you take something and you teach it and you live it, and nobody stands up to what you live for. Oh, we got you, we'll take care of you. Like, you really can't, because you really can't take care of yourself. Plus, you know what I'm saying, my well-being is on me. But at the end of the day, as you grow, like, you got to come to yourself. For anybody in the streets, especially in the game, it's a midlife crisis for bangers between the ages of 27 and 33. Because 9 times out of 10, you've been in it at least 10 years.
Right.
Now you looking at it like, what am I really doing? You know, after 10, you know, what am I really doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When we was 13, life was full of dreams. We turned 10 years later, we 23.
Right.
What am I doing?
Right.
Like, what am I finna do that's gone? I can't go back to doing what I did when I was 13.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But so a lot of people are doing that.
And you get to asking yourself these questions, and that's why it's easy to sit and be like, that man's still doing the same thing 20, 30 years later? Like, how? You know, is he stuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you really got to ask that question. Is he stuck?
Right. Yeah.
That's big. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't afraid of that?
Right. You don't want to change?
You don't want
to. Yeah. But what you think it is? Are they stuck? Is sometimes people just be stuck in their glory days?
I think some people don't know nothing else.
Both of them. Let's look at a show. Al Bundy. He always talked about his high school years.
Yeah.
Him playing football. He never would come past that. He never moved out of that.
Yep.
That was
you
his
know what I'm
greatest
saying?
moment in life.
That was his. So if you make something your greatest moment in life, then your future is really shot.
Yeah.
If I tell you we had the best time of our life and we was 15, then guess what? Everything after 15, I done missed some beautiful moments. And here I am 46.
Right.
So that means I done missed 30 years worth of beautiful moments because I'm stuck in one phase. And it's like, no, we got to do better than that.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Because our kids right now are taking their lives at 16, 17. Like, it's been a lot lately. Then the drugs they own and they're using because they feel like life is over. But when we got to look at the music, our artists are depressed.
Yeah.
They depressed. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they selling so much. Why? Because it's so relatable. So it's, we letting you know we depressed out here. We hurting out here.
And you know what? And they not afraid to off themselves.
No.
Man, it's the suicide rate.
Like
they
doing it. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So now when we think about that, it's easier to off yourself than to say, hey, I'm going to stand firm. And continue on and say, I need some help. Man. Because that's embarrassing. Why? We ain't crying for help. But at the same time, we listening to people that's literally crying for help.
Man, yes.
Yeah.
We listening to them and they crying. You can hear them. And they crying for help. Like he really want to know how to get out.
Right.
But come on, man. Now, who are you without it?
That's the identity crisis.
Boom. Who are you without the car? Without the jewelry? Without the girls? Without the money? Can you still be charismatic? Can you still be friendly and love life? Like, who are you without it? That's what being away taught me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because not only did I get away from the things, I got away from the environment. I got away from the environment, my family, the thing. All I had was me and the Father. And at one time, it was just me and my father. Because even when I went to prison, it was like Vice Lord your enemy, Crips your enemy, Bloods your enemy, of course MS-13 and Aryan Nation. But things was happening, and it was like, I'm every day with a conservative Vice Lord, with a CVL. It's my everyday round. He even asked me to come to visit to meet his mama.
Yeah.
His number one guy was a folk on a hustler. If I wasn't with them, then I was down here with the Bloods from out of Memphis. You know what I'm saying? My guy Nino and them out of the Villa. You know what I'm saying? Pooh and Youngster in Memphis. And it was like, all my issues was internal. I didn't have a problem with the Vice Lords. And then I knew plenty of Crips. I ain't have issues with the Crips. all my issues came from within what I was. So it was like, how are they the enemy? Right. When they putting food on the table, when they helping me survive this, when we the ones sitting down talking like, I'm releasing to you and you releasing to me, because why? We can't go back to our guys and be like, bro, I'm tired of this, and I don't think that's right, and we shouldn't do that, and that ain't. We need to change the way we focus without them whispering saying, yeah, bro, I hear you. Hey, we need to off the buddy. Because that's what you're going to face. From your own, though.
Yeah.
But these are the people who love you.
So they say.
But they be the first one to kill you.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
And all this going on in prison.
And this is going, but it's going on in the streets.
No,
but yeah, this is every day in prison, but this is every day in the streets.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, we could go across town, we get into it, we need to sit down and talk. Okay, so now we settle it peacefully. It ain't, but yeah, we squashed it. But we ready to go. Why? Because we done already drew blood. But guess what? Something happened internally, knock his block off. We send it back home to his mama and his head sideways. But this is who we love. This is the one who was just finna put his life on the line.
Yeah.
But we'll treat him like this. And they go on unscathed. And I ain't saying we should push on them, but if we can sit down
and talk to them, we should be able to talk with us amongst ourselves.
My brother. I should be able to talk to my brother.
Man. It is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, even more so, why can't I sit down and talk to him?
Yeah.
But I'm going to knock his block off.
Yeah.
And that happened with every fraction. That ain't just, you know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it.
And
you know
I was just watching a podcast like about a week or so ago, and there was a dude on there that had got out of prison, and that's what he was saying too. He said in prison you ain't gotta watch out for your enemies. It's gonna be one of your own kind that's gonna fuck you up worse.
Every time.
Yeah. And I was like, damn. And when you said that, I was like, damn, I just heard that. Yeah.
Because they ain't close to nobody else.
Yeah.
The only people that can prey on your commissary and what you got on your account and the extra phone calls you make is the people that's close to you. What's up, bro? Let me get a 3-way. What's up, bro? Let me get something to eat. And here you is, and next thing you know, you realize I'm around a bunch of leeches. I'm around a bunch of leeches.
Just using the game to keep on leeching off of it.
Yeah, they use the game to keep leeching because they got dudes in there that's really thorough and really they really believe, hey, this could be a better way. Because some dudes truly believe, hey, this can be on the up and up thing. And they live up to the standards of saying, yeah. And they be like, yeah, he 100. But yeah, if he 100, it's 100 more that's not. Yeah. So one that's solid got to deal with another 100 snakes and roaches and rats. Man. And hyenas and wolves. You know what I'm saying? That's just you. Yeah. It's just one.
That's hard to survive though.
You know what I'm saying? So it's 1 out of 100. It's 100 for every one. So if it's 10 of them, it's 1,000 of them. Man. And it ain't, you know what I'm saying? It don't work. It don't work in the way that, yeah.
But you was able to pull yourself out of it.
I didn't really get involved.
Okay.
To be honest, you know what I'm saying? It was an instance it happened, and a little brother come to me, and he was like, they finna violate me. I'm like, for what? For that thing that happened on the yard. And what happened on the yard? It was one of the Crips called out one of the brothers, said he wanted a one-on-one. Bro said, nah, we all going. Huh? And I'm like, huh? Yeah, he called him out one-on-one, but we all gonna push. We all go to max. Because you don't want to fight. Oh, you can't fight, so you don't want to be embarrassed. So you finna sink the whole ship. Now, come back. That whole situation is turned on this young brother. Yeah. I said, so you finna take the violation? For him? And, you know, I said, all right. And it probably was 3-4 days after that, I was like, I'm done. So, November 08? November 08. Thanksgiving, it was like the day before Thanksgiving, 08. I was like, hey, I'm straight, man. I'm done. What you mean? I'm like, I'm done. Like, I can't. I'm not finna keep doing this, man. Yeah. Like, and then y'all let that happen. Y'all know dude ain't straight. And you know that man lying by taking that charge. then they matter. And I mean, bruh said it. We know different, but if you know different, why would you let them do it? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I ain't in here on some drug charge. I'm in here for standing up for what we believe. Aiding, assisting my guy. So it ain't a lot of people can be like, I went away for the business.
Yeah.
I went away for the business.
Yeah.
I went away for us.
Mm-hmm.
Only to find out it's just me.
Man. That's a cruel reality right there.
Because you got to wake up one day and realize I've been living a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got to do something about it. And now you got to tear down the wall that you done built up. And you got to go look the people in the eye that you brought along with you.
Man, that's tough.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, you got to look them in the eye and be like, it wasn't straight, bro. And it's quite a few of them, like, they out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They walked out. You know what I'm saying? Not because of me, but it was just like, I mean, they see. Like, come on, that ain't it, man. We ain't got to keep doing that. Because we killing each other. We done destroyed ourselves, property value. We done help them rewrite the laws. We done help beef up police enforcement.
Yeah.
That shouldn't have never been done. Like, we done so much beyond destroying our own communities, just like slavery. The slavery then that we mad at the whites about, that forced us into unity. Okay? Cool. It wasn't cool, but we together.
Yeah.
We created gangs. We forced each other to separate and still in slavery.
Man.
Over a color, of a flag, or a street,
Yeah.
or a hood, or a place where you from.
Yeah.
And then they get mad at me when I tell them it's just his words. No, Jim Crow. I say, yeah, I understand that, but he forced us to come together.
Yeah.
We've been forcing each other to live separated. When I look at a black man, when I look at a man, and it's like, oh, that's my enemy.
Over a color.
Over a color.
Yeah.
I gotta keep me one.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what you're thinking, man. I gotta have me one. One what? I gotta give me a body. That's a human over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But your mind frame is I got to have him.
And then they don't understand the effect of taking somebody's life due to their mind. Like they're just gonna be able to live normal. Just that's a consequence for that. A mental, spiritual consequence for that.
And it was over a color.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I look at your mama, look at your sister, and snicker like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? And it was a few things like it just happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was, man, it's big. It's things that done happened, man, and it took effect, and they just tore the city apart. And I started looking at that too, like the things we did and how they happened, and look at the effects they have.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can look back and see certain stuff and be like, oh, such and such kin to them, or man, he got a baby by her, and this is really like full circle. You know what I'm saying? I done been around some people and been like, who child is that? Oh, that's such and such. Oh, that's what I'm trying to be like. They kids love me. They don't even know. 20-some years ago, me and they old man and they uncles was beefing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like trying to knock each other block off.
Right. And now we all sit here.
And here they is, when they go home, be like, yeah, you know, somebody poured into us. Who was it? Such and such. And they be like, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Them be big ripples.
Yeah.
Them things that you, and then when you look at it, like, and it wasn't worth it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dudes you consider, you know what I'm saying? I don't like him. He from across town. He ain't from here. We don't know him. And the next thing you know what I'm saying? Our kids are playing together.
Right.
You invite them to the house, but who
the
your
time.
parents is, now you looking at him like,
Right. Okay.
you know what I'm
Right. Right.
So how this gonna play out? You know what I'm saying? You know, once it, you know, cause now the kids making a space where it's like they don't know that y'all got to deal with that issue. Because we best friends.
Yeah.
What we gonna do? We're gonna go poison them?
Right.
With ours?
For some 27 years ago.
Or we gonna start the hill?
Right.
And them be big questions because guess
is.
what? Sometimes people just want their lick back. Like,
Right.
I'm good, but I want my leg back. You gotta see me in the backyard.
Yeah.
Like you gotta do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? You just don't want it. So yeah. Yeah.
So what year did you parole out, or did you flatten your?
I flattened out 2019.
So
I
you
went
did
in
17
02.
straight
Yep.
years.
Went in 02, come out 2019.
Did you ever go for parole hearings? You straight down the road.
Whole thing. I filed some clemencies. Nope. I'm gonna tell you something that happened. I filed about 3 of them, and they won a little ways. And then it was one time I was on a fast, and I had got to year 10. I heard the father speak. He said, "Hey, you got to do it all." And I thought I was tripping because nobody want to hear that. And
Right.
It was like, "Nah, you got to eat all that." You know what I'm saying? Like 20 years is grace when maxed out, all your charges combined added up to 240 years.
We say 20 was grace.
That's grace.
Yeah.
That's love. I showed you some love.
Yeah.
But you got to eat that.
Man.
But in the process of eating that,
Mm-hmm.
you'll learn responsibility.
Oh,
You'll be able to accept it
Mm-hmm.
because you got to eat that.
Yeah.
But because sometimes everybody loves the God got me out story.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves he snatched me out early.
Mm-hmm.
But then we got cases where it's like, he walked me through.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? It's certain
Right.
things he walked us through.
That process
Endurance.
right here. That process
and
right
you
there.
got to go all the way through it. You can't miss. You can't.
Man.
You got to go all the way through it. You got to go a step by step. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? One thing you can't miss a step, not one time.
No shortcuts.
No shortcuts. No
Man.
breaks.
So when you finally released, was it a anxiousness or nervousness or you prepared?
I wasn't prepared, but I was prepared. But I ended up dealing with another battle. Now I come home and see the effects of what's been done, and part of me still mad.
Mm.
I feel like y'all owe me.
The people on the outside.
The street. So I mean, I put in a lot of work. So now
You got 17 years of seniority.
It's the you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
guess what?
Yeah.
They don't owe you nothing. You ain't have to do it.
Mm.
You done it out of love. Remember,
Mm-hmm.
you wanted to do it, so nobody owes you nothing. Then you looking at a house you helped build, not something you joined. It's a house you helped build, and it's just like, man, y'all running it ragged, but you ain't in that no more.
Mm-hmm.
Come over and do what I told you to do. Walk in the lane and heal from that.
Mm-hmm.
Take that mask off too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Start peeling them layers back. Because there's certain things, just because you're away from it, you think you heal from them and you over it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you face with it. And it's like, oh, I'm back. I never wanted to be back in the street. But
Yeah.
it was like, people are still call or they'll treat you a certain type of way. And after so long, that'll build up a little, oh yeah, I'm still that guy. And like, nah, you're not.
Yeah. That's fool's
Like,
gold.
let that go. Listen, you're playing. You're finna trick yourself.
Yeah.
You're finna get duped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
you're finna end up in a whole nother cycle.
But it's easy to go ahead. It's easy to listen to that though.
Come on.
Yeah. Especially when you fresh out and
They low.
Yeah.
And I watched them, and you know what I'm saying? I can understand for people to be like, I can make a call. Nah, I could just pull up. I know where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's in there.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna ask for it. Even at one time, money got tight. I'm working at the hotel, and I accepted a call. I went to Hattie B's, and we talked to a guy from across the border. He down in Texas. He talking about, I'm finna send 10 up a week.
Yeah.
A week at 20.
Mm.
I said, what? Let's go.
Yeah.
We get back to the house, and this one conversation changed everything because it was like, dude was like, well, if we accept this, they're mentoring the kids, and we got that's out the window.
Yeah.
And what happened was, I said, no, I ain't gonna trade my purpose for nothing.
Man.
So I left, still broke
Mm-hmm.
and broken, working at the hotel, probably pulling in $2,600 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what that is.
Yeah.
And then you're getting paid every 2 weeks. So it's
Yeah.
it's short, you know what I'm saying? Just now moved out and literally went to Randstad, filed, and they pushed my paperwork through. And I've been up in Ryder. It's been 2 years now.
Amen.
Went from a regular tugger operator, I'm a supervisor now.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
you walk
I'm
through that big
fulfilling
dog.
purpose.
You walk through that big dog. Are we seeing
You see what I'm
I
saying?
see you.
But still fulfilling the purpose though. So
Right.
just imagine if I would have sold out early.
Man.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I can only imagine if
Right.
I would
You
have
was
sold
out
out
early, and then all the other youth that you sparking new life in, they wouldn't even be able to have it.
Come on, man.
Right.
I would be of no. My voice would be void.
Right.
Because it'd be like, yeah, it's easy to, tell me to do good. You got a brick in the car.
Right.
Like you finna go like, come on, bro. I can't take you serious.
No, you
and then kids be knowing that about their parents, like, man, you need to go to school, and they be like, man, I can't take you serious
Right.
Like right now, if the police pull up, you scared to death. You know what I'm saying? You be shuffling. Come on, bro, I can't take you serious, man.
You don't want to live like that.
I can't take you serious.
So, are you doing speaking engagements now?
I've done a few. You know what I'm saying? Mostly I do one-on-one, but I've done a few. It's coming in time. That's another reason me moving back home. You know what I'm saying? Headed back down that way. I've been with a youth group down there. They blessed me to come in and speak with them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing things to move around in the community and get things together and restock. Yeah, gradually just making allowing it, not forcing my way, not trying to put myself in the place, but as he lead, you know what I'm saying?
Just putting you into the place.
Just like with here, you know what I'm saying? It was like, it was time, because we talked about this, over a year ago?
Yeah, over a year ago.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so now here we are. And it's like, I was on the way here and I was thinking, I'm like, man, I hate to be late. I thank him for this opportunity because, you know what I'm saying? I'm your vessel.
Man,
you know
I appreciate you appreciate you being here, man. Like, we ain't gonna hold you up too much longer, man. But again, I thank you, bro. Thank you for coming, sharing your word. If you had anything last to say, what would you say to the audience, man?
Give yourself grace. Give yourself grace to heal, to make mistakes, like to pivot, to repent, to turn around. Don't count yourself out. Don't practice telling yourself it's over. Like, don't practice telling yourself it's over, because you can rehearse that like, oh, it's over. It's done for. You know what I'm saying? They sent out 12 spies. All they needed was 2 to come back and say we could take it. And they took it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta we gotta get in that zone and be like, oh yeah, we can do it. But we gotta give ourselves grace to grow. And we gotta have that heart to be like, you know what? You're all right.
Right.
Man, I made a mistake. All right. It ain't the end of the world.
Right.
You're gonna make plenty more. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather make them I'd rather still be making them at 90 than die at 40.
Man, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
So if anything,
if I post that on Facebook, I give you credit for that.
Man,
that's all, man. Yeah, man, hey, man, your conversation has helped me in my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I could say the same thing to bro.
That was
definitely
deep.
appreciate it.
I'm glad you came through.
Yeah, real, man. So once again, man, my boy Dipp. Y'all check him out on Facebook, man.
That helped me to more learn to break down and sit down and talk with my kids. Because I know this personal life. Like, we done had a father in our life our whole life. You know what I'm saying? In the house. But my daddy wasn't one of them types to just sit down and just talk to his kids about the problems that they going through. So we didn't have that even though we had a father in the house.
Even though he was there. So, he wasn't there for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that still hurt.
Right. So having this conversation now make me know that I need to sit down and have more conversations like that with my kids. Because I'm like my daddy. I don't have those conversations with my kids. And I'm like, you know what? Let me start, because when you were saying about finding things, cause that's how I got into like streaming, like Castanet and all that. Because I saw my daughter was into it. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, when I had my oldest son, I was in the streets. Really wasn't trying to be a father. You know what I'm saying? My second son, he stayed with his mom, you know what I'm saying? But I'm in the house with my daughter, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out whatever she into, I got to be into it. As long as it ain't paint my nails
come on, man.
Other than that, I got to get into it. So now she walk around the house, I'm like, you see the new stream that's coming out tonight? She's like, no, oh yeah, she gonna have this, you gonna have this on there. She's like, oh, thanks, I didn't know. So, you know what I'm saying, we vibing, something that I didn't have with the rest of my kids. You know what I'm saying? So,
you know what I'm saying?
So when you hit that, that's why I said, hit that touch. Like, when I heard that, I was like, damn, like, okay, I understand now where that's coming from.
You know?
For real. Hey, appreciate everybody listening. Go check it out, man. Like, share, and subscribe to the HomeTeam Show. Till next time. Peace.
Man.